42-year-old Gregory Johns got his girlfriend's 11-year-old daughter pregnant. The 11-year-old girl was having stomach pains and the mother couldn't understand why. They took her to the doctor and they found out that she was pregnant. Now, Gregory Johns knew that he got the 11-year-old girl pregnant, so he immediately asked for the car keys because he needed to run an errand. But he never returned. And while he was gone, he actually robbed a couple at knife point. And then after that, he went into an elderly woman's home, tied her up for 12 hours. And then he called his girlfriend and basically confessed to what had happened. He apologized, but he also said the cops would have to shoot him dead because there's no way he's going to go to prison again. He's been in prison 10 times, and he's been there on charges ranging from aggravated assault to armed robbery. So I don't know who to hate more in this story. The mother who allows this despicable, disgusting guy to be around her 11-year-old daughter after he's been in prison 10 times. And of course, I hate the man the most because he's a despicable guy. But in the end, the cops actually came to the scene. When they confronted him, he pulled out a knife, so then they shot him dead.
Wait, do we have confirmation that she knew he'd been in prison?
Of course, yes.
Of course it's been confirmed,
yes,
or of course
yes.
she must have?
She knew.
Okay.
Because he told her, they're gonna have to shoot me dead because there's no way I'm gonna go back to prison again.
No, I understand that, but that's different than her knowing during the course of their relationship that he had been in prison before. And I didn't see any.
She knew.
Okay, I just hadn't seen the confirmation. But anyway, so first off, he'd been in jail 10 times. I'm not a huge fan of 3 strikes laws, especially when it's like the simple, like 3 simple crimes, you go to jail for the rest of your life. But 10 times, yeah, you might want to leave him in jail for the rest of his life at that point. Even if it's just aggravated assault and armed robbery, you can't have him rampaging across the country. So I'm going to bring up a possibility, and I want to know what you think about this. When he found out that he had impregnated her and he ran, and he began this insane list of additional crimes, it seems to me as he's not even really trying to get away at this point. It seems like a very complicated suicide, basically. Yeah. The fact that he says, you'll have to kill me. I mean, thankfully he didn't hurt any of these other people that he assaulted. I mean, he tied the woman up for 12 hours, but it seemed like a complicated way to commit suicide.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I don't think that he cared whether he was going to live or die. He just didn't want to go back to prison. So I think it was a complicated plot to do just that. But at the same time, I didn't want to make this political, but I can't help myself. At the end of the day, there's an 11-year-old girl who's pregnant with a dead criminal's baby, right? There are people in this country who believe that she has a blessing, that she should be forced to have that baby.
Victoria Jackson.
There are people who believe, Victoria Jackson is a great example, I'm glad you brought her up. There are people who believe that women should not be allowed to have an abortion under any circumstances, regardless of whether or not she's been raped, a victim of incest, she should be forced to have that baby. And that just makes me sick to my stomach. And I hope her mother makes the right decision and doesn't force this 11-year-old girl, little girl basically, to have this baby. So that's my political angle on this story. I just couldn't help myself. I think it's so relevant to what is happening right now with the violation of reproductive rights for women.
Yeah, I think it's an extremely interesting case because, of course, an 11-year-old girl, mentally and emotionally and psychologically, I can't see how she could possibly make the decision. She doesn't understand what the future would be like depending on which way she goes with it. We don't know the politics of the mother and whether or not she's going to allow her or force her to have an abortion, because I imagine at that point you might even be able to force her to have one,
right,
if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, and the mother isn't the smartest person on the planet.
Evidently.
From what we gather.
Yeah. But as you say, there are people who say she should be forced to have that child. And look, if it ruins the rest of her life, if she can't finish high school, if she can't go to college, she can't have other children that she would have based on the life that she would have if she had an abortion now, then that's just the way it is. And that's what they think. And it's horrendous. And it takes, I think, a very twisted worldview, generally informed by fundamentalist interpretations of religion, to cause someone to be that lacking in empathy towards another human.
It makes me really, I've been in a really weird mood today, and I didn't really understand why. And I really think it has a lot to do with this story, because you read stuff like this and you realize the true evil that's out there, and all of the hideous things that happen to all these innocent people. Yeah. And she's an 11-year-old girl who, yes, she's pregnant right now, but even after she has an abortion, she is going to be traumatized by this incident. I mean, when I was 11 years old, I had my first kiss at 12. You know, like I was so innocent and naive. I'm still naive, but like, you know what I mean? And I was just.
But you used to be innocent too.
Such a kid, yeah. Now I'm not so innocent. But,
upcoming gift.
But you know, it just makes me so sad to know that happened to this little girl.
Yeah.
You know.
And so we saw a picture of him in this article, which I'm sure we'll overlay, or it'll be the thumbnail, and he looks like the most normal man. Not somebody who would be in and out of jail constantly for like violence and rape. And so it's unfortunately in some cases, it's a wild, crazy world. It's not fair to the innocent.